Hi, I'm Dr. Michele Sanchez, and I'm an adjunct professor in the College of Psychology with Southeastern University. I'm going to take a moment and speak about one of the elective courses that I teach here, PSY 912, which is the Psychological Evaluations, Competencies, Sanity Issues, and Syndromes. So first, before we do that, I'm going to speak a little bit about myself. I have a bachelor's in early childhood elementary education and a master's and my doctorate in clinical psychology with a specialization in forensics. My love of children led me to start working with the juveniles first, and I found myself working in a level 8 facility for juveniles, which is one step away from adult prisons for these kids. And I really enjoyed my experience there. And that led me with my other opportunities to working in the adult system in both state and federal prisons throughout the state of Florida. And recently, well, not so recently anymore, 14 years ago, I was hired by the Broward Sheriff's Office to help develop the mental health programs that we have for our offenders there in the mental health unit at the North Broward Detention Center. In addition, I was also tasked with developing the internship that we have with NOVA for the doctoral students. And then some additional responsibilities include conducting screenings for our in-custody treatment programs, being a liaison in the community between BSO and our community partners and serving on their boards, training the detention staff and the civilian staff at BSO in mental health and suicide prevention, and just, of course, supervising and consulting the community about mental health issues within the correctional setting. So a little bit about our course. The course, again, is psychological evaluations. So the first part of that is focusing on first, what is a forensic psychologist, because there's many roles and responsibilities related to that. In addition to that, we're going to then look at the forensic mental health assessments and what's included in that, and then how that's utilized. And then my personal favorite topic of malingering and how you detect that within an offender. Also share many experiences related to that. Then we talk about the specialty guidelines of forensic psychology and expert testimony. And then this leads us into a discussion on insanity defense and the McNulty standards. And what does that mean? How do you go about those defenses, and how does that affect the offender? We then look at assessments for sanity versus competency evaluations, and then that leads into an in-depth discussion about competencies. Specifically, we start focusing on competencies to stand trial, to proceed, to be executed, to be deported. So those type of various competencies that are found within the setting. And then we start focusing on competencies with juveniles and looking at the psychological assessments that would be included with that, waiver to adult prison system, and then just about the juvenile justice system. And then our course continues with a discussion on competency restoration. And again, what that means, the requirements that are utilized for that. And then we discuss about downward departure guidelines. And then the syndromes portion of our course focuses on the battered women syndrome, which was developed and really pioneered by Dr. Lenore Walker, and the rape trauma syndromes. So that's the basic overall for the topics for the course. Requirements is we have student presentations, which is a 10-minute presentation, PowerPoint, that you create. You can use video and other social medias, have references, and then you create a student quiz that goes in line with your presentation. 5-question quiz, multiple choice, true, false, very simple. And every week there's going to be 2 student presentations, and this is all again based on our topics of the course. And then you do have a main quiz that I develop that's based on the weekly readings. That's a 10-question quiz. But if we have live chat that week, you do not have to take that quiz. So, it's nice when you can attend the live chat. You get to have some interaction with myself and with the other students and really have an opportunity to learn even more from everybody. And then we have a midterm and a final, 50 questions each, multiple choice, true, false, open book format, so not too painful. And then again, I also give opportunities for extra credit, because I know all of you are striving for your A. And so you have an opportunity for weekly papers, which is just a 1-page summary of the weekly readings, or to do a second student presentation. So that's just some of the overall requirements and topics for our course. Again, I really look forward to working with all of you if you choose to take this elective. And if you have any questions or comments, you're welcome to contact me or email me. Thank you.